Who out there likes drama? Get your teacups ready. Today, I just did an interview with David Trucks, also known as Lurk, who is the CEO and owner of Lambgoat, the metal news website that got some viral heat about 2 months ago when Falling in Reverse frontman Ronnie Radke took issue with an article they had posted. Lambgoat posted an article that the concert was canceled due to low ticket sales, but they didn't provide any sources we could verify. Ronnie Radke claimed that that was bullshit, and the actual reason the show was canceled was that they didn't want to do 3 shows in a row because that would be a strain on him as a frontman. And Ronnie went on to attack Lambgoat. And Lurk actually emailed me the other day suggesting to come on to tell his side of that story, the whole feud between him and Ronnie Radke, and some of the claims that people took issue with. I tried to approach this interview from a neutral ground. I wanted Lurk to be able to fully tell his side of things, but I wanted to push back on some things that were out there. But I personally didn't view this interview as one of us trying to win over the other. I just wanted him to present a side. I will give the pretext here that some of the things he says in this interview will definitely piss off Ronnie Radke. I could 100% guarantee it. But so Lurk has his side of the story, Ronnie has his side of the story, the fans see what the fans see. I do give Lurk credit for coming on and having this conversation, and I welcome Ronnie Radke to do the same if he would like. And with that said, enjoy the interview.
I think your channel knows me from the guy who's negative $5,000 in debt or in my bank account. Also, you had that lady on talking about my website, which I have no idea who that lady is. The other thing is, yeah, I'm Lurk. I own Lambgoat. I bought Lambgoat in 2022, I believe. It's been like 3 or 4 years. Alex was the previous owner. He is still currently on staff. He was gone for a while. He did his own thing. He ran Lambgoat for 22 years. And then we're coming up on 26 years here. So I've had it for the last little couple of years with my partner, Dylan. We've expanded it over into a Lambgoat was basically run by Alex for 20 something years by himself. He had contributors that would help out here or there, like post reviews and whatnot. But the main bulk of it was run by him for how long it was out or how long it was around. So we expanded it and brought in some like freelance writers and contributors and stuff like that to our outlet and whatnot. So we cover more things. We do a lot more coverage as far as music is concerned. We've expanded the coverage a little bit, not too drastically, just because we don't cover like big metal bands or like Five Finger Death Punch or Disturbed or anything like that. Like bands that we haven't covered in 20 years, we're not going to start covering for the most part. But if we've covered them in the last, like Lamb of God is a perfect example, right? So we've covered Lamb of God when they were a small band starting out because we've been around that long, and now they're mega huge, and we still continue to cover something like that. But like Five Finger Death Punch or something like gimmicky like that, we kind of stay away from. But yeah, so that's basically it. I've been doing that for the last couple of years. It's not my first time in music. I've been in bands. I'm a music producer as far as like I create like electronic music, hip hop music. I've been in heavy bands as well. I've also run an outlet like 20 years ago. I did my own little website like Lambgoat and the PRP and all that other stuff. So that's where I got the niche and the bug for it.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I've just been like an internet music nerd for 20 plus years after that. So when things lined up, I took the opportunity to jump and do the podcast. I started doing the podcast for Lambgoat. Then about 2 years after that, I ended up taking over Lambgoat, and so here we are.
Okay, you started with like the podcast, Lane of Lambgoat, and then grew
Yeah,
from there.
yeah.
Nice.
And we're about to release our 200th episode, which is insane, but you know,
Nice. Congrats. How many hats would you say you wear at Lambgoat currently? Like, what all are you in charge of doing?
all the hats, every hat.
The
Yeah,
whole closet, everything.
yeah. So I kind of want to discuss because you guys talked about metal journalism and shit like that, and
Yeah.
and I got to be transparent. I didn't watch a lot of that podcast just because, again, I don't know who that person is at all. Like, I've never met that person, never interacted with that person. However, they did message me last night, I guess, because you told them that I was coming on the show. They
Yeah.
messaged me, but deleted the message, so I only saw like a really quick little snippet of like her saying she has no hard feelings, and I'm like, I don't even know who you are. Like, I have no idea who you are. I know she was like a contributor for Metal Insider, who is like Metal Insider is a outlet on our advertising network. So
Right.
we can get into that later on or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I basically post the news. source the news, not just for our website, but other websites as well. We have like 10 or 10 plus in our network now. So there's a lot of information going around all over. But I do the podcast. I do the content management stuff. I do, we automated our social stuff. So that's kind of taken care of and off our hand. But there also are some posts that need to go out, like, like special posts or whatever. So
Yeah.
we do a lot of things. We do the back end stuff as far as like the business is concerned, where it's like paying bills, making sure we're intaking, revenue and stuff like that, and opening up other streams of revenue. Like we are so far behind as far as like capital is concerned for most other outlets out there. So the one thing that I like to hang my hat on for the most part, not to use that term again, but like we are doing bigger numbers than a lot of the other outlets that are owned by actual corporations. We don't have any kind of ad budget whatsoever. We don't pay for any kind of marketing. We don't do any of that kind of stuff. We don't have the money to do so. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like we are, even though we've been around for a long period of time, like I said, Alex was the main guy running it for a while. He only had so much bandwidth. And so like, being a supporter of Lambgoat for over 20 years myself, I know exactly what Lambgoat is to the crowd, like the audience, the people that visit it. Unfortunately, Alex kind of like was a rural Pennsylvania guy. He didn't go to shows, didn't really do much outside of
Okay.
his family, because he has like, I don't know, a large family. He's got a really large family. He started when he was younger, so he's got like way more responsibilities than like most of my friends and my people do at my age. But so he had a lot on his plate, and then luckily when we took it off, we kind of expanded it and grew it a little bit, and we're still continuously doing that. But yeah, so I mean that's kind of what we do. I mean any and everything, and there's not a lot of people at the helm. It's like on the day to day, it's me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here day to day every day. Uh, and then Dylan is my partner, and he is also here day to day, but his role is somewhat changed as like a more of a back end, uh, like a business management, merchandising,
Okay.
all sorts of other kind of like more tech shit. Whereas I run the company in the face of the other outlets, get the news to some people, make sure the newsrooms are kind of running okay, and all this other stuff. But there's a lot of shit going on all day, every day. It's a 24/7 gig,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, we're having to report on everything, like all the news breaking.
and you want to be the first to post about it, obviously, because
The
you,
algorithm. Yeah.
right.
um, but yeah, so the whole reason on you're on here, that you came on was because you said that some things that were said in the interview with Jordina were off base, and just I guess the floor is yours. What issues did you have, or what did you like to clarify?
I mean, man, how do I say this? I didn't watch a lot of that, a lot of her part, right? Like, so
Mhm.
I got like 20-25 minutes in. Uh, Alex also watched it, and I asked him his opinion, and I don't know how to say this without it like being
I can say whatever you want. It's fine.
okay. Something's going on with her. She's got some kind of issues in general. I don't know what they are or whatnot, but doesn't seem like I don't know. She doesn't have all the parts right, and she's making all these assumptions. And from what I understood, she had some like weird beef from like 20 plus years ago, which I get it. Hardcore is not the greatest
Not the
sometimes.
friendliest place
No,
sometimes.
I get it. But I mean, as someone who is as embedded as she claimed to have been in that early time, she should have very well known the situation at hand. Now, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with whatever the hardcore scene does. I'm not a giant fan of some of the things they do as well. I've been on that receiving end of, you know, bad things, but I've also
Yeah.
been on the end of a lot of good things for hardcore. So like I love it. It's just there are some weird weird parts of that world, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
that aren't really there in the metal world, but it is what it is. So outside of that, I mean, I don't even know her thing with like I think she says like we have beef with Ronnie Radke or we have beef with certain bands or all this, that, the other stuff. And I mean, after talking with Alex about all all this, it's not like I'm sure he has like a bias towards certain bands and has over the years, but Lambgoat has kind of been one of those outlets that doesn't have kind of like a voice necessarily. There might be like some cheeky like lines in a story once in a while or whatever. However, it's nothing like the other outlets. Like the other outlets, like I don't know, you're reading like a political music website sometimes or something like that.
I
And it's
was gonna say that was going through a couple of Lambgoat articles, and I would agree with that. That there will be like a sentence or so cheeky thrown in, but it's not like Metal Injection or something where it's just a ton of a
yeah.
whole bunch of diatribe. So
And we'll like, writers will add stuff to the newsroom section and whatnot. And like we have to edit some of that stuff out and remind people like our goal is not to do that. Like our goal is just to like, hey, this is what the fuck happened, regardless, right? This band announced this tour, this band is announcing this album, this band released this, whatever. Excuse me. This band is canceling a show. This band has canceled this person. This band's allegations of this. That's all we're doing. Like we're just the middleman, and we are like boots on the ground, like a lot. Like we are doing this full time. I'm here every day doing this almost full time. This is how I get paid, right?
mhm.
I'm making I'll go ahead and say it. I'll make less than most people probably watching this, but you know what I mean? You got to put everything you earn right back into your company. So like we're turning corners here, but it's been a rough couple of years. But
Yeah,
again, it's for the love, and it's something that we do, and I'd rather do this than make 100 grand doing what we were doing before and just working in corporate America and stuff like that. It's kind of like a drag. But um yeah, where was I going with that? What did you ask me? Oh, metal journalism. Yeah, yeah. So like we just stick to like literally the news, and we don't try to have an opinion piece type situation in the news. Like if we have a feature or something like that or a review, those are obviously opinionated pieces. So like the writers have kind of like more of a free will to like, you know, say like I don't like this or I like this or this is what I enjoy or don't enjoy, yada yada, or make jokes about this or the other. We just in the news area we try to just keep it like, not really all like there's not a lot of fluff. There's not a lot of like, that's why stories sometimes are real short because it's like this band put this out today. Here's the video, and
yeah,
that's it. Um, but again, like we just we try to make it as palatable as possible. I get that some people have this weird like vision of what Lambgoat is because of the comment section and whatnot. But I mean, that's been around the entire time that Lambgoat's been around. So if you're new to that, then you're just new in general. But it's what we're kind of like known for outside of just being one of the first like extreme music outlets out there too. So we've got a lot of like good and bad out there in the last 25 years.
yeah. Um, could you describe the comment section a little bit more? Just because I honestly have not spent a whole lot of time.
Sure.
I know comment sections tend to not be the friendliest places. I go through my own
Yeah.
plenty
Well,
of unhinged stuff, but
um, you've been allowed to comment anonymously on Lambgoat for the entire time. So,
okay,
I mean, that'll give you an idea of what's
yeah,
going on. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like there are people being complete shitheads in there, but then we also get like inundated with like spam from India and Thailand and shit. You'll go to the website and see like, hey, my friend's working from home or whatever. Click here for fucking $500 a
yeah,
week. And like, yeah, so those are like beyond annoying. And like those are more annoying than the bad comments because the bad comments aren't like, they are daily, but they're not as plentiful as say like, I don't know, 20 comments fucking spam in a row every fucking
spots,
hour.
yeah,
So that, I say that to say like we've added like moderation, like AI moderation to our comment section. We also go through the comment section like with a moderator and remove certain comments that are a little over like, a little across the line that
yeah,
we're not comfortable having up there. If there's someone's like, full fucking name somewhere or whatnot, or address or fucking any kind of information, we'll pull that off too. Now the problem is, and what people don't really understand, I would assume, is like we're not a regular website. Like this is a whole custom built situation from Alex. So it's not like a WordPress or a Ghost or any kind of like templated thing to where I can just be like, oh, just fucking hold all the comments until I approve each one of them, or moderate this, that, the other stuff. So I got to go through and like look at every comment. The only problem is there's like 50,000 pages that you can comment anonymously. There's fucking way more than that, but I'm just giving you a number, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
25 years of just whatever on the internet is all still on Lambgoat, and you can comment on any page,
Yeah.
So we do ask that, like, if you see something you don't like, report it. If you report it, it gets sent to somebody. They look it out, they look it over, and they decide. It's like, Facebook moderation, right? But
Yeah.
in real time. But again, like, some people don't. They're like, oh, it was there for a day or day or two or whatever. Like, we just had a band complain about it online, and instead of reporting the comment, they screenshotted their comment and then put it online. And it's like, well, if we're fighting against bad comments or racial slurs, why are we promoting racial slurs on our platform? Like, you're commenting about the racial slur, showing the racial slur to a wider audience instead of just reporting it and then removing it, like, within like an hour or so. But again,
Yeah,
people don't want to do legwork, so it's fine. And again,
I think,
it's better clout for a band to go out there and say, oh, this fucking website or this person or this thing is a dog shit, instead of like, doing the easier thing, which is just like, hey, can you put that down, take that down, or can you change that or something like that? And like,
yeah, I mean, to play devil's advocate, because I'm not like, I don't agree with people doing it, but they kind of have that mindset of like, no, we need to show it out there to change the
shame
whole.
us. Yeah, no, like,
Yeah,
dude,
shame.
you're never gonna shame us at all. I'll just go ahead and say that you'll never shame us into doing anything that we don't want to do or that we aren't already gonna do. You're never gonna say anything, and this goes to anybody like that gets riled up by another fucking band person or whatever. You're never gonna personally attack me enough to where I will give a shit. You can call me all you want, you can text me all you want, share my number around the world. I don't give a shit. You're never gonna fucking move the needle. Like, every day at Lambgoat, there are more comments about me or someone I know, my dead mom, or anything that I get on a daily basis that I can just like, I laugh at and move on. So by all means, I am seasoned in this shit. Like, you're not gonna fucking offend me or or make me cry or anything like that. My mom's been dead for 15 years and it comes up daily, right? So like,
Yeah,
it's fucking whatever, dude.
I gotta say, I don't support the dead mom comments. That's a line
It's
that I
okay.
would.
It's all I got. It's all you got. When your mom dies, all you got is making people feel awkward when they bring
Yeah,
up their mom. That's all you get. That's all you got.
that's true. Especially if people try to reach for anything. So if they find anything they can use, you have a dead dog or anything, they'll try to go at you for it.
Oh yeah, I mean, during the whole time that the Radke thing was going down, my grandfather died, and that was used a lot. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
But again, like, dude, you're not gonna fucking.
Yeah. It's if you're going to be online, you have to have some type of backbone for anything. I get so many floods of comments that are just completely retarded and don't even warrant like an actual genuine response. I think a lot of people have to deal with that. But if for the Radke situation, since that was pretty much what set everything off, was the article about their Austin show, and then Ronnie reacted to that, and then it blew up into the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, no one even went to that story. That's the craziest part about it. That was just like a regular everyday story no one cared about. And then like the next day he shared it and it fucking blew up. No one was caring.
Oh, you mean like it wasn't getting traction and then you shared it and then okay.
But what can I say about that without?
Yeah, what's your side of?
We have like, so old Ronald. He is obviously like a polarizing figure in heavy music. I don't know if you want to call it heavy music because he's got like this weird identity crisis as far as like what kind of music he puts out on a regular basis. So it is kind of like there are riffs and there are kind of like heavy parts, but there's also like weird country hip hop songs and like pop songs.
That's a pretty good term.
So he's got that going on.
It's interesting showing people following in reverse and be like, here's the metal song and then here's the country song. They're like, what?
Yeah. I mean, I would like to get further into that too, but after this, so the Radke Austin show, and the hardest thing about when all that's going on is just keeping quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I have to admit, because it gets very personal, right? This whole ordeal gets very personal to where like he's a piece of shit, and I would love for him to try something again because we've got a boatload. But anyway, it starts with the fucking article, and again, we have Lambgoat's been around for 25 years. There are people everywhere that are Lambgoat supporters that have worked for Lambgoat. There are people in his fucking team that have worked for Lambgoat. Okay. So we're
Mm-hmm.
all over the place. We get news that he's canceling the Austin show at the Moody Theater, which, by the way, it's 15,000 seats, right? That's a fucking big venue. No one's saying he's not selling tickets. Like, we've never once said he didn't sell tickets. He just didn't sell enough tickets, allegedly, for that particular event. And that's why he quietly took it down. And that's why he shared all those fucking stupid text messages of like, yeah, we just removed the date, this, that, the other. Uh, Also, I personally called the venue to verify. So I've got that also. I've got the inside source, which has been a long time inside source for some other big things that have happened in the last 25 years. He's he's a person that's embedded in the industry, right? Anyway,
Okay.
that's all I will say about that person. But I mean, I called the venue, verified with the venue, and then you do some like research, right? You just do some research on tickets, tickets available, and everything like that. So once he fucking went at us for the Austin show, right? Like we didn't say that he wasn't selling tickets. He just didn't sell enough tickets to possibly have the show go on for whatever reason, right? And it's 15K seats. So even if you had it tarped off or sectioned off, that's at least 10,000 seats. Again, these are also like big venues, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. You overshot the venue. And another thing that I kind of personally looked at when I was looking at venues that weren't really selling well, because we also weeks later posted about there's other shows that aren't doing as well, as like we aren't lying, like we're not making shit up. It's just these aren't doing well. And as you could tell, like as he would get into the tour later on in the tour, you stop seeing a lot of those crowd shots. And every crowd shot is like completely pitch black dark. It's not like you're not really seeing a lot of the crowd. Although, these are amphitheaters with big grass areas, and I don't think the grass areas were open for a lot of those shows or whatever. But anyway, I say all that to say, like, Ronnie is a very polarizing and engaging person online, and he has a lot of opinions, right? So his
That
opinions
is true.
and his opinions ruffle a lot of feathers all over the place. And it's not to say that I don't agree with Ronnie or disagree with Ronnie on certain things, but there's a lot of topics that are politically divisive within his like posts.
Yeah.
And if you were to look, most of the shows that got, you know, rescheduled or didn't happen or this or the other, the demographics don't really align with like his ideologies and politics or his, thought processes. That's just something that I looked at. Like all these places were like liberal leaning cities that I would see don't support someone that is loud and boisterous, no matter if they have songs with Jelly Roll or Alex the Terrible. So, there were reasons that I thought that he wasn't doing well in those areas. But again, I don't know anything and everything. I just sit on the internet all day and commentate. But again, like it's not like we're against Ronald. Like you can go look Falling in Reverse up on Lambgoat, and we've been covering Ronald for fucking however long before Falling in Reverse, Escape the Fate, all that stuff. When he went to jail originally, I believe we covered it. So like,
Yeah.
we've been around and we've posted about Ronald doing bad things and great things. When he does like kids cancer stuff or whatever, we post about that too. So, you know, I don't know why he decided to just like take that that little story and blow it up. Because it also shows his fan base, Lambgoat. And that's like very detrimental, I would believe, to Falling in Reverse in general, just because, Falling in Reverse is a very is an entry level band. You know, that's like you're like a 10-year-old kid and you're listening to the radio or Sirius XM or fucking watching. They're not watching music videos, but you know, you see
Yeah.
this like heavy song and then you become a heavy music fan. And let's say you're following Ronald Radke and he's going off on Lambgoat being a piece of shit liar outlet. You go to Lambgoat and find out like, oh shit, there's all this real underground and real metal music and hardcore stuff. It's like very detrimental to your audience, I think, you know, to show your audience like how surface level and entry level like this all is.
I mean, I wouldn't agree with that because I've been in underground metal since I was like 14, and I came across Ronnie within a year or two or so. And I definitely don't love every song. I'm definitely on the more metal side, but the heavier songs I do enjoy. And like when I've sorry, I saw him at Aftershock, the big Danny Wimmer festival, and I thought the crowd was pretty diverse from looking around.
It is. It's a lot of those same people wear like Cookie Monster PJ pants to Walmart when they're in their Crocs though too. I've kind of like that's what I feel like. He's got kind of like that audience, right? Like the Nickelback audience, the Five Finger Death Punch type thing. Again, like the surface level metal. There's
Well,
not
yeah,
anything real deep about it.
it's not a bunch of like black metalers in the crowd or anything else.
No. But I mean, there's many different genres of it. That's just like the radio heavily. Is another way to put it. Big marketing budgets, big production budgets, big everything. You know what I mean? Like, I want to say the album took 10 years to write, and it's a 10-track album. And it's also got
The latest one.
Yeah, it's also got like 80 fucking people writing on it, lyrics and music material. So like, whatever.
Well,
Is it going to take you another 10 years to write another album? And if so, then the 14-year-olds, 20-year-olds that you have as fans now are going to be, 30, 35. So it's like, I don't know. Are you going to be writing the same style of music? I think about it all the time because I think he realizes that he does have like a short landing strip coming up here where it's like he'll have to pivot at some point, and I think that's why musically all these other collaborations like stuff that he's doing to kind of like widen the audience or whatever, or allow him to go in different directions after the heavy stuff.
Okay. Think like all the musical features and trying different styles. This is just go and reach other people because I'm not really understanding what you're trying to say.
But what I'm trying to say is like Popular Monster took 10 years to write.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There are a laundry list of people involved with lyrics, with the music side and the production side, right? So it took you 10 years to write the 10-track albums, and of that you've got like 4 or 5 other styles in that album outside of heavy, and like the Jelly Roll song, right? Like, are you trying to coerce Jelly Roll fans into liking Falling in Reverse and liking heavier music, or are you trying to dip your toe into like the country side of things, which is a big thing that everyone does in rap and pop and everything, because country music is like pop music now. So is that what you're doing? I don't know. You know what I mean? But if that song was a really big, massive hit, so who knows? Maybe there's another producer somewhere that is like, oh, we can make Ronald do these kinds of songs or those kinds of songs or whatever. But I just think if it takes him another 10 years to write the next album, he's going to I don't know, be like 50 years old himself or something like that. And what kind of album is he going to make?
I'm not really sure what that has to do with the argument, to be honest. I wanted to pull up because you mentioned that he wasn't posting crowd shots and they're pretty small. I gotta say, I don't think that's exactly true.
No, I'm not saying that they were. I'm saying that you would see them stop. They were less frequent as the tour got on, and again, some of them weren't. Some of them didn't have the lawn open at times. So And no one, again, I'm not saying Ronald's not selling tickets. Ronald sells tickets, but it is what it is. You know, it's like, yeah, it's
I
just,
mean, I don't know. With the with the article for the Austin show.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's one that blew up. Let me pull that up here. Fuck, where'd it go? So, where is it? Very professional. I have all my tabs mixed all over the place and it throws me around. But yes, this is the one that started the big internet bomb when
Yep.
Ronnie reacted to it. What did you think of his reasoning when he responded saying that it was because they had booked too many shows together?
That's he uses that all the time. He uses that excuse all the time. But then later in the tour, there's multiple 3-date dates, and there's been 3-date dates in previous tours. So it's like, if you're going to use that logic, then you can, you know, if you pull up the other article, we have it all mapped out where like they did 3 dates in a row multiple times. So
Let me see. Hang on.
if you just go down all the way, you'll see the tab that says falling in reverse, and you just click on it. It brings up all the falling in reverse
That'd
stuff.
be easier.
You got to go down past the comments.
Past all of the comments.
There you go.
All the wonderfully well spelled comments.
A lot of spam, as you can tell. There's a lot of.
All right, here. Sorry. Looking for just when the whole tour was announced, I guess. When was the tour announced? Yeah. So anyway, his claim was that it was his throat, voice problems. He didn't want to do 3 shows in a row. I did see they had some other shows lined up that were in a row. I think maybe one other one was canceled. I'm trying to find this. I have a hard time finding it right now.
It's the Darien Center New York one is the one where we kind of like put it all kind of together as far as like these dates are already together, we're already together, these dates will be together. But
okay.
Either way, I mean, like it is notated that there were multiple times on the tour that he did go through with 3 dates in a row. But
yeah, I mean,
that's something he's used that in the past before, and it is whatever. I'm not saying that anyone should have to fucking, you know, do 3-4 days in a row. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're going to say that, don't book yourself 3 days in a row knowingly ahead of time to cancel it. I mean, these are months out in advance. So even if you did, no one notice that, you know what I mean? Like, where does the ball get dropped?
I think that's totally fair, and I felt bad for the fans who did have tickets who have it canceled. I'm like, well, even if it's a good reason or a bad reason or no matter what, it sucks for people who either took time off or were getting hotels or whatever.
Yeah, it kind of happens, you know, unfortunately, more frequently for that fan base. But you know, it is what it is too. It's rain or shine. No one's guaranteed if they buy a ticket. You know, I get that part too. But it does kind of suck that things do somewhat happen to this fan base more frequently than, you know.
Yeah, sorry, I was just
all right. Go ahead.
On here.
And again, as you're reading these articles, it's not like we're saying like, fuck falling in reverse. It's literally just telling you what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, hey, they've updated the show, blah, blah, blah. And it's like some fans are talking on the subreddit because their subreddit is constantly fucking active, obviously. But there you go. You have like they did the Guilford, Bristol, and Virginia Beach date, which is the 25th, 26th, and 27th.
Oh, right here, right? Yeah.
Followed by another 3-day run in Cincinnati, Tinley Park, and Noblesville.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if, like I said, I'm not there for Ronnie making these decisions, or
no, I get it. And it's not fully just his decision either. I would assume, like, and I'm not saying anyone should book a show and then be forced to play it if it's not even selling well. I understand. The problem is when he goes like fucking nuclear and just goes crazy. It like you make it so much worse. But I mean, obviously he used it for fodder and promotion for the tour too. So like, to each his own. Like, what am I gonna do? Tell him not to say Lambgoat or something like that? Like, I don't care. Say Lambgoat all you want. It helps us out way more than you think.
Um, Well, kind of the whole situation seems to come down to he said in a way, because it's you saying you had sources from the venue, but I don't know if you want to elaborate more on who they are.
No, I called the venue and inquired. That's separate. I called and talked to the ticketing people, talked to the venue and everything. The person who let us know about this story is the other embedded person that's in the industry. Has nothing to do with the Moody Center or Texas in general, but they're just a well-known person in the industry. Credible as well, I should say that, who's kind of like informed Lambgoat on a couple things, and so that's why we decided to run the story.
Okay.
Again, there's other outlets, and this goes into the outlet thing, the metal journalism. There's other outlets that just don't want to post about Ronald in general or Falling in Reverse just because they hate him or like like he went after Metal Sucks for like being trans or something like that. So there's a big beef between the Metal Injection, Metal Sucks people and Ronald. Like they don't want to post about him or something like that. There's a lot of bands that hate Lambgoat or that I don't even like, but we still post about every band. Our What I'm doing is servicing the community of people who are into like underground extreme music. So
Mhm.
if anything happens, I want to post about it to inform them, whether it's big or small. So, you know, we're also not corporately owned like every other fucking outlet out there is outside of like the
That's
PRP. The PRP is owned by Wook, and he is a single dude that runs that entire website. Kudos to that. He's the man. But like Metal Injection, Metal Sucks, Brooklyn Vegan, Invisible Oranges, all these other outlets,
yeah.
those are big conglomerately owned outlets by like Sony and everything like that. That's why the coverage on those websites suck. They're not going to cover something that is like remotely frictional, right? Like they're not going to cover like an allegations or whatever. There are certain outlets that don't want to talk about certain bands because they're friends with the bands.
That's a lot of them.
A
Like,
lot
yeah,
of them.
but like those outlets will immediately trash anything that Ronnie does or allegedly does, but then won't talk about other bands that do way worse shit
Right.
because
But I mean, I'll I'll dump all the trash on the street, and I'll let everyone see it. It doesn't because again, like if something happens, regardless of if I've known that person or don't know, I mean, I have people hit me up to ask about editing stories or taking something down, and I'm like, I can't, like, I cannot do that. And of course, that might like affect our relationship going forward, but it is what it is. Or like
yeah,
we may review a band that I'm fucking really good friends with. I'm not reviewing the album, but like the reviewer doesn't like the album and gives it fucking whatever score. And I gotta be like, "What's up, guys? Oh yeah, about that. That's not me." But it's a fine line to walk. And again, like most of these outlets, all they're trying to do is sell you Funko Pops, vinyls, and like quote unquote limited edition bullshit, like Revolver magazine, Brooklyn. Like those are all owned by the same people. They're just pushing out
yeah.
the same shit. And like they have marketing budgets and they have advertising budgets and they have all this stuff, and they still don't do that much more. They don't do many more numbers user wise than we do, and we don't do
Mhm.
we spend zero on that. So it's like, I don't know.
No, I do agree with pretty much everything you said there. Those sites have gotten pretty unusable for me unless I need
They
to.
weren't, and I should probably preface, they weren't corporately owned prior.
Right. Yeah. And
They used to be legitimate outlets that were like self-sufficient, self-run. The internet kind of fucks a lot of like magazine stuff up, but magazines are coming back because people are over digital. They want more physical items and whatnot.
yeah.
But magazines got fucked. COVID fucked a lot of stuff, and then a lot of stuff went up for sale. So like Revolver, Brooklyn Vegan, fucking Spin Mag, like all these fucking magazines got bought out by like the same company, right? And they're just
Mhm.
using it as like e-commerce fronts. That's why there's not fucking a lot of lists, a lot of like just good feeling articles and stuff like that, which is fine. I mean, the it doesn't need to be all bad and doom and gloom, but as you know, Wyatt, I'm sure most of your videos that do really well are unfortunately have a negative
Oh yeah, I'll
content.
intentionally do positive ones in between them and see how they do far
Yeah,
less views than the
yeah,
negative.
and that's just the world that we live in. It's not like, you know, I don't. And again, another thing, you or I don't go out there and create the news items to tell you guys about. These are things that are already happening, and you're just finding it out through one of us.
This is true.
So
It
like,
can't be.
don't get mad at me.
The argument does come since it just says a reliable source with no like proof or anything to back it up. That's
Yeah, no,
why.
I get that. But again, how many times did Ronald use the same? Dude, Ronald said he had someone. Okay, let's get into it. Ronald said he had someone look at my information. He called me on my phone. He posted my phone number in his Ronsters group. I still have all of them, all the phone numbers of these idiots that called me, all the voicemails, all the text messages, all the. He contacted my girlfriend. Ronald did 7 o'clock in the morning because he's got nothing better to do apparently than contact my girlfriend on Instagram. I mean, he he said I had negative $5,000 in my bank account, which I don't even know how that would be physically possible. I don't know a bank that lets you get negative $5,000 in your account.
I did like his satire news site that he started. I gotta admit, it was fun.
Of course, but I mean, to think about like how unhingedly broken you have to
Oh
be
yeah,
to do that is another level. But the other thing is like he then tried to find. My name is David Truax, which at some point anyone that's involved in this fucking stupid Ronald thing is going to know because he kept saying it over and over again. But he also claimed that I was like, without any reliable sources, I was a pedophile and I was a groomer.
he
And
did post that. I saw
right,
that.
right. Oh no, I mean there are reasons why we haven't gotten a cease and assist or any kind of defamation thing sent to our, to Lambgoat. There is definitely a reason because they would have to do discovery on everything, both his side and my side. So that means he would have to give up his devices, and I would assume they'd find that he coordinates these kind of like weird attacks. You know,
You think so? Yeah. I mean,
well, I mean, I know so.
I've never seen Ronnie's phone. I don't fucking. I know
No,
he
I mean, I
can
don't.
have the rabid fan base for sure, though. Like I think everyone is aware, whether they're a Ronnie fan or not, that he can definitely go pretty hard at people he takes issue with.
Right, but I mean, inside that Ronsters group, there is like him telling his audience to harass these people. You know what I mean? To like gang stalking or whatever, right? Like there's evidence of that. There's screenshots of that. Like we all are like, we've got all that. So I mean, I'm not in the wrong. The fucking thing was canceled for the exact reason we said it was canceled for. It's He took it out and blew it up and then started this whole fucking thing, which then of course gets you under the fucking microscope, right? Like I'm gonna study the shit a little bit more now that you're coming from me, and then
Oh, yeah.
you don't think I got people that can get into the Ronsters group, come on now.
Did the venue? I guess the venue or your source give you any more explanation? Just because for me, it sounds weird that if other shows sold well and this one like didn't sell zero, that it would just be flat out canceled.
It didn't sell zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it didn't. It just didn't. I guess didn't sell enough for them to feel comfortable putting the show on, whatever the number is. I mean, that number could be 7K. I don't know. 7K is a decent number for a rock show. That's not
Yeah.
but again, like, why wouldn't you have just done that then?
Well, that's what I'm wondering too. Like, it doesn't make sense to cancel on a small amount of. I'm assuming they'd get like a guarantee as well, so it'd just make more sense to do it.
Right. But again, like, just go down the list of like, I don't know. That Austin's a more liberal area of Texas. So I could see how people, maybe the younger audience in that area, doesn't really, enjoy that content or that kind of music or Ronald in general, right? So there are things outside of just him and ticket sales that could keep people away from wanting to engage with it. But again, that's just something I noticed when like all the other dates that he canceled that weren't selling well were all weirdly like, left leaning areas. That's all I noticed.
I mean, I don't know about that, just because I've seen the audience in the crowd. I saw them in Sacramento, California. It was massive with diverse people. There's a video of them playing at Warped Tour at Long Beach. Fucking huge crowd. Same for Slaughter to Prevail too. And I was looking in the crowd, and I saw all types of different types of people into different things.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I can't find the numbers myself or anything, but I don't think that there's enough people in Austin that would be that offended by him to where it'd make that much of a difference. Just because, like, a lot of more center right leaning entertainment that I enjoy is located in Austin too.
Sure. Why not reschedule it then for after later on?
I don't know. I got no idea.
They rescheduled the other dates that they kind of canceled or rescheduled or delayed or whatever, postponed, but the Moody Center one did not. So, it's just a little tell, I guess.
I don't.
Or it couldn't be. It couldn't be. Who knows? It could just be me thinking too deep into this fucking situation. But,
yeah, it was. I don't remember if he mentioned in any of the videos that they were going to reschedule it or not.
No, they never did. They fully canceled that one all the way. The ones they rescheduled were like the Darien show and the Charlotte show and stuff like that.
Okay, that's interesting.
But yeah, it was like the only show, I guess, one of the only shows they didn't reschedule from that tour. I want to say the other three may have been rescheduled, at least definitely those two. But, I'm not paying a lot of attention to what's going on in that world.
Hang on, I'm just making sure I got the things. Right here was an issue too, where it said neither Falling into Verse nor Polarizing frontman Ronnie Radke addressed the cancellation, nor seemingly will they. After he did address it and start making videos, did Lambgoat write an article or any articles on Here's Ronnie's explanation?
Yeah, I mean, to hit the thing, Falling in Reverse.
Yeah,
go all the way to the bottom. Yeah, go all the way to the bottom.
Through all the gay comments again.
You got to. Well, the problem is you clicked the comment section to begin with at some point, right? Because it doesn't come open automatically. Yeah.
Let's see here. For Tonight Show in Charlotte due to illness, due to low ticket sales. See if this one's working. I thought I was accidentally clicked off the wrong thing for a second. Maybe it's here. Just 2 weeks in their Puppy Monsters tour. Blah, blah. Forced to cancel the Charlotte show. This is the second show in 2 weeks of the tour. Falling in Verse canceled. Radke claimed that they will postpone the Austin date and try to add Charlotte date on the end of the current tour, and will announce a new show date as soon as possible. And I'm guessing that hasn't been announced yet.
The new dates? Yeah, the new dates have been announced. They're in that Darien article.
Yeah.
So,
Darien Center article.
Yeah.
I will say they had a shit ton of pyro. That was impressive. Now their upcoming date. Darien, like blah blah, has been postponed. This is the fourth date that's been changed. No further explanation accompanied the announcement. The band has given a new date for the previously canceled Charlotte show. Came their Instagram. But you're saying they didn't reschedule the Austin date, right?
No, that never happened.
Actually, the same reason band's Austin, Texas concert was canceled. But sales on Ticketmaster appear healthy enough for it to be rescheduled. Falling in Reverse claims Austin show is axed, not due to ticket sales, but because the group doesn't perform 3 dates consecutively. And so this article pretty much covers everything.
Yeah. It also shows you, like, I think it goes down. Go down. It shows you the available tickets at the time of that article is posted. You see what I'm saying?
one.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, where's that at? Mansfield, Massachusetts, which again, I don't think it's a big conservative hotbed of like.
I know. I got to admit, I don't know shit about that area, so I can't.
Well, in Massachusetts, I would feel is very, liberal leaning. But again, that's just one of the shows. You go to the next show, which is like somewhere else, and like there's a lot of tickets. Now, that's not saying people don't buy tickets day of or the day before or whatever.
Yeah.
But like that show is scheduled for when? When is that show? The 13th of September. When is the article posted?
So I was just looking for September 16th.
Right. So it's got a week left, right? So yeah, I'm sure a lot of that was sold. But again, if you're a fan looking at that of Ronnie and you know he's canceled previous dates on this tour and previous dates prior, would you feel comfortable buying a ticket or something like that? You know what I mean? Because then you could have your money wrapped up for X amount of time. You know what I mean? Like the guys at the UK European tour, they still haven't canceled that or whatever. So those people are still in limbo with their ticket money. You know what I mean? And that's like a year ago. So just, it's fans. I'd feel weird as a fan buying a ticket for that if I didn't know. If I wasn't 100%.
I mean, it is iffy situation. Like I said, the whole time I feel for fans who wanted to go and had tickets and had to be canceled. Getting ticket. Lawn tickets are listed about 15 cheaper. Which one was this?
New Jersey. And again, this is just like a promotion of the fucking tour. Like, hey guys, there are tickets available. Go get them. So it's not like fuck Ronald Radke or something like that. Like he thinks, I mean, it is now because he's a piece of shit and fucking came at me. But he don't. I don't know, man.
But you're claiming before the he blew it up that there wasn't a personal thing or.
No, I mean, go back, go to the stories. We've covered fucking Ronald forever. You know what I mean? Positive and negatively.
I was looking through it.
Yeah, he never once like came out. He comes after he goes after the other guys and stuff like that. And I don't know why he decided on that particular thing. But again, like, also kind of worked in his favor. He got to use it as fodder and, amp his fan base up and all this other stuff. And, but I will say, after he tried to dox me, he got real quiet. So, you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know about that because I don't see the stuff. I have no reason to doubt that. But
no, I mean, like he stopped vocally. It was going on for 3 weeks there, and then he shared another David Truax's address and photos and stuff like that in his little group. So, whatever.
I would say that was a positive one there of crossfaith. The Fantano lawsuit.
Yeah, and he got all like weirded out. Anthony is in our ad network. He's an ad partner for us. So like we manage his newsroom and supply the ads on his website. And that is about the extent that we engage with Anthony. But, Ronald wants to go around telling everybody I manage Anthony. I'll take it. I don't manage Anthony, but his fan base can think that I do.
Just making sure there's other stuff I wanted to get to. Oh, I was gonna say that I did see there was that. I guess it was a fake headline of a Lambgoat article that said that you guys apologized to Ronnie. That isn't not being true. I don't know where the fuck that came from. But
that came from fucking Ronald.
Well, I saw him post the story and then put a whole like, "Damn guys," like
again. I think he has this like network of fucking people and friends. Like, okay, may I ask how you got in contact with Jordina? That's her name, right?
Yeah, I saw JD's video. I didn't know of JD Delay until he posted the video.
And he's like the prison guy turned rock guy or whatever, right?
He was a prison guy because I guess he was a career convict for a while, and now he's more of a change his life around influencer, YouTuber type of guy. But
I said good for that. But I think he's also like one of, trying to befriend Ronald Radke. So Ronald has these kind of like puppeteer kind of guys. And again, he has that whole Ronsters group that he can fucking tell people to go harass this, that, the other stuff. So like, I'm sure that a lot of that stuff is coordinated in general at some level. I'm not saying that he's the big giant mastermind. It could be just his fan base, just being like rabid, loyal fan base guys or people. But like that lady coming on your podcast and talking about all that stuff is crazy. Like, she didn't even, I have no idea who that person is. Alex has no idea who that person is. The only connection she has is like she is a contributor sometimes, I think, for Metal Insider with Zane. And Zane and I, and we have a relationship because we help her out with her website, run ads on her website. If she has issues, Dylan or I will take care of it. We try to give her tips and stuff like that on how to like better improve not only SEO but traffic and virality and all this other stuff too. So we're trying to help grow metalinsider.net as well. And then I don't know, that lady comes on your podcast and starts talking all this stuff, and I'm like, who the hell is that? But
she is a writer for Metal Insider.
She's a contributor, and I don't even know. But again, I don't know what level of contributor that is, because when I asked Zane about it, she, I don't. I'm sorry, it's confusing, And I asked Alex, I was like, "Who is this person? Is this a person from back in the day?" But
yeah, I think I'm not sure if it was supposed to be if she said Metal Insider, because I think it's somewhat new, but she was referencing situations with former Lambgoat before you.
Yeah, but even that is, I don't even think that's real. That's what I'm saying. Well, Alex is the previous owner, right? So Alex is in house. Like, I contact him and call him, or I talk with him every other day. So it's not like I didn't ask him about like, it's not like he didn't see it either. So it's kind of like one of these things where like, I don't know, we're clueless as to like what she's talking about in general. So, it is what it is, and I'm not gonna say like she's lying or anything like that. I'm just clueless as to what she's talking about. I've never met her. I don't know what her relationship is with Metal Insider outside of contributing every now and then. And then if you look, I think she does like a few reviews, maybe, but I don't know.
I just pulled up Dirty Net Bell, October 29th, yesterday. Reviews, because I've seen her post some new stuff, interview stuff. Like I said, I came across her from the JD video, and I came across the JD.
Yeah, but how did he get in touch with her?
Because she had posted a TikTok video, I guess, before about her former grievances. But I don't have like deep personal background to her or anything, so
it's just weird that like JD would pick this one person to like platform or whatever. And again, like it's real funny because a lot of people want to talk about like journalism and stuff, but zero people hit us up about anything that was going on
with the Ronnie Radke drama,
Radke thing, and all this other fucking shit. All these other people, they would just talk about it on their own platforms. Again, like we were saying, it's people using it for clout or this or the other, rather than going to a source or whatever. And people say that we don't do that all the time, dude. We source a lot of stuff. We've been around 25 years. We wouldn't be around 25 years and have the have our brand and have like our legitimacy questioned or whatever. We do this day to day. So it's not like, we're not making stuff up. We're not doing it for the clicks or the views or whatever. So it is what it is.
I mean, fair enough. I wanted to pull up another thing here just to make sure I'm not missing anything. So you were saying before that Lambgoat tries to not be biased or push just tell the news as it is that it happened. With the Ronnie one, it has the whole allegedly it was low ticket sales, and then the latest one where it had all 4 of the shows that were canceled listed, kind of the whole recap of the situation. I did go through other Lambgoat articles just to compare, and I wanted to ask on King Diamond's last tour, several of these shows were canceled due to unforeseen circumstances. I know because I heard from a lot of people that all of these shows, all the shows on this tour that were canceled were because tickets didn't sell well. But when it comes to King Diamond, it just basically quotes their reasoning and then doesn't like it doesn't have allegedly
Right.
low ticket sales or
Well, that's
anything.
because no one informed us about that. Like we saw this post and just posted the cancellation due to unforeseen circumstances. No one contacted us later. No one contacted us before. So how am I supposed to know that it's allegedly due to anything? You know what I mean? Granted, I definitely want to know what the unforeseen circumstances are just to follow up. But again, you can only, yeah, but I mean, you can only do so much, right? And like King Diamond isn't going to be out on the fucking TikTok yelling his head off about this, that, or the other, and like sharing information or sharing this, that, or the other. You know, it's a little different. Two different bands, I guess, or two different styles, right? Like, did he even go on fucking social media? Does King Diamond go?
I don't think he knows how.
Right? Exactly. So like, he wouldn't have seen this article and fucking done whatever. You saying they're low ticket sales, dog? Tickets are insane right now. There are so many like shows that are just like insanely high. So I don't know how a lot of these people go to show, like, you know what I mean, like $50 to go see a show.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No thanks. You know what I mean? So like, I get why shows aren't selling, but again, I don't know. How do you fix that? You know, like hardcore bands keep fucking flirting with the $10 shows thing, and you know, like Haywire does $10 shows, and they fucking go off, and it's like something's not the dots aren't connecting. You know what I mean? Like, why are we being forced to? And again, this could be a different conversation that just starts with like King Diamond and Ronnie Radke and Falling Reverse. I mean, you know, ticket pricing and fees need to be fucking adjusted. That's really what it comes down to. But you know, getting upset at fucking me is not the way to go about it. I'm not the fucking guy out there not buying tickets.
Well, to be fair, if you're not going to Ronnie's show, then you are technically not buying tickets. That's just
well, I mean, I'm not a fan of. I'm
just making a dumb joke.
Well, and that's not to say. I should say this. I have been in the crowd. I've been in the crowd. I live like Rockville was. I'm from Florida. Rockville used to be here in my home of Jacksonville. I'm there every year. Matter of fact, I could play you the fucking Ronald saying he's going to see me at Rockville. You know, he left me a little voicemail. I still have it. I got all your voicemails, guys. I got all of them. And just, I'm not going to play Ronald's because it's fucking heavens, but where are they at, dude? Why is not? Oh, hold on. A lot of these.
They could fake stories about my life because that's fucked up.
Yeah, they're all great.
What was that?
Yeah, that's the amount of that's the extent of them.
But what did it even say? I couldn't even make it out.
David, stop making up fake stories, David. Answer the phone, David.
You know what I mean?
That sounds like a bunch of 14-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of that. I got a bunch I haven't even looked at yet. Yeah, or haven't even fucking, I haven't even looked at them. You can barely see. It's kind of like, fucking
like, oh, get that out, but yeah, I can.
But again, I digress, Wyatt. It is just it's a part of the whole shtick, I guess, of being who I am or in the position I'm in.
Yeah, being a internet journalist, I guess.
And I'm not changing my phone number because my phone number is mad fucking easy and it's cool, and I'm not going to fucking change it. So just got to deal with idiots sometimes,
Yeah, it's the nature of things now. I mean, I've always said, and I tell people that, like, I do enjoy some of Ronnie's posts. I find him funny, and I do think it's fair for him to push back on time when it's warranted. I don't support sending mobs of people to go after anyone for any reason. Anytime I talk about somebody on my channel, I always tell people like, don't message them, don't do anything. We're just reacting to it. So I'd let me just say I don't support spam calling someone like that.
No, I mean, I would assume most people don't, Wyatt. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
but again, like I just, I feel bad because sometimes I'm like, dude, this motherfucker's up at 7 o'clock in the morning or something like that, just fucking fuming on this. And it's like, don't you have fucking like, can't you go sell like follow backs on WhatsApp or whatnot or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, aren't you selling like fucking bullshit? Go fucking sell bullshit to your fans instead of like, you don't have to inform everybody about Lambgoat. That is so detrimental, I think, to your overall brand and whatever. But I'm not gonna tell you to stop doing it. I just say you probably don't want to.
I mean, to play a little bit of devil's advocate, I too enjoy chugging caffeine at 7 a.m. and going online. So I can understand a little bit, but he might go a little bit too far.
I mean, it is what it is. I just,
yeah, I know what you're saying.
if I'm on tour and I'm fucking rocking these fucking sold out shows and shit, the last fucking thing I'm gonna be doing is tweeting someone's girlfriend at like 7 a.m. about how much of a big of a piece of a broke piece of shit that I am, right? Like, what the fuck, dude? It's like,
He definitely has a style of humor,
dude. And again, I have enjoyed a lot of his content in the past. Not that I won't enjoy it going forward. Dude, if he wants to chat with me, by all means, Ronald, let's chat, dude.
That would be great. I wanted, like, if we could get an open panel here, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, again, he would have to concede things, so I don't foresee that happening. But it is what it is. Bottom line is, we don't lie, we don't make up shit. We try to stay as unbiased as possible on a lot of things. We cover a lot of other fucking topics that are way worse than not selling shows or not selling tickets to shows.
That's true.
And we have to be way more delicate with wording and how we approach it and all this other stuff. So, like, by all means, we know what we're kind of doing. We're not trying to like ruin any bands. If anything, we're trying to find more people to enjoy this kind of music, because if you think about it, heavy music in general is a small niche, and there's only so many people that, as a brand or a website, Lambgoat can contact. So we have to find another way to bring people into heavier music that aren't here already, to expand not only our audience, but the heavy music audience too. And that's always been our goal. And I know it's hard for people to fucking think that, because we allow anonymous comments and all this other stuff. But it's like, dude, the internet, that's what the internet was like when Lambgoat was made. The internet got
not a solely Lambgoat thing, to be fair.
The internet got super popular with social media, and a lot more people are starting to use the internet and comment and leave comments. And dude, you can go on Twitter, you can go on YouTube, you can go on any other place that you have to have an account, and they're fucking way worse.
You can go on my chat. There's plenty of
them. Yeah. So I mean, like, you get bad comments everywhere you go. And oddly enough, like, our YouTube is completely different than like our website comment section. Like, people will tell me, "Oh, good interview," and I'm like, "Oh, cool." Now on the website, I get just, "You're a piece of shit," 24/7 all day long. So it is what it is. But like, and the thing is too, like, I've met some of these people that talk like this on the internet, and I've met famous commenters. I've met famous commenters, known commenters in our comment section, and I've met people in the forum and stuff like that too. And like, we're all just normal people. It's just like one of those cringe bait type fucking comment sections where people are trying to make jokes, and they're not all funny. Not all of them land. Most of them don't, but you can go in the comment section and find a good, little nugget.
Occasionally.
Yeah, every day is at least one or two.
Yeah.
But and we don't allow people to comment on like articles. Like, if someone dies, the comments are off for those articles. Those are the only articles that don't have comments on them since we at least took over. So you might be able to find one in the past where someone died and there's comments on there, but we try to alleviate all that,
And that's just like as a blanket for everyone, just out of respect.
Yeah, I mean, we got, there's other situations where like the year of the knife van accident. A lot of people
Oh
were
yeah.
upset. A lot of people were upset that we left the comments on. But it is what it is. And again, we have moderation, and we are moderating, especially like certain stories, like stories with Maddie or that involve Maddie going forward as well, or after that. Like we just pay a little more closer attention to, because it's a more sensitive subject, or like if there's like some allegations or something like that of whatever sexual allegations on whomever, we tend to just keep an eye on those things for a longer period of time to be more mindful of
Yeah.
the section. But again, we're not going to please everyone, and I'm okay with that. And more people enjoy the comments than don't enjoy the comments. And we've overcome many hurdles with the comments, not just in like the regular world, but like business world. There are also people that don't want to fuck with us because of that. And so, we've got to navigate that too. And
Yeah.
so it's an uphill battle all the time, but it would be way more easy. It would be way easier to change it, Wyatt, than it would be to do what we're doing. But, it's kind of like a cast back to like old days of internet. Like that's how it was. So why would we change it? And it's not like a free speech type thing. It's just like a fuck.
It was already this way.
Yeah. Why would I change it?
Yeah, it's I do that with my channel. Like I'd never delete comments from someone just because like I don't like it or something. My opinion is that if someone says something stupid, I'll let them embarrass themselves. Why would I take that away from them?
But I mean, like I'm not removing comments about me or like my family
yeah.
or like my people I know. Like so, like when bands get all like butthurt about it, I'm like, dude, just go look at the news, and like I'm on every fucking page for one reason or another, warranted or unwarranted. I might have misspelled a word in the headline, and then they'll fucking definitely let me know about that in the comments. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's good. I don't know. I love it because again, we do read the comments periodically because I'm not a moderator. I don't moderate them as frequently as I used to. But like, dude, I'll go in there and laugh at those things sometimes because I know exactly what they are. I grew up going to Lambgoat. Like how I comment on things in general, social media, yada yada yada. It's from fucking being a Lambgoater for 20 years. It's like, and that's just how it is.
It's like a throwback to old like Xbox game chat rooms where it's just off the wall.
It's not as bad as that, I don't think, but yeah. But like to bring that up, right? And like to touch base on the slur thing from earlier, like we do like, and again, just to reveal, like pull the curtain back for a second. We have like a spam and like a content phrase filter, right? How many iterations of the N-word do you think there are out there that you can just type on a keyboard by using any kind of?
I'm sure more grow every day.
Yeah. So like, you should see the list of the ways that we have it now. Like we gotta,
different
like
phrases, versions of the N-word.
Yeah, or words in general that are like, like gay slurs or any kind of like a slur for religious slurs or anything. There are multiple ways to fucking get around the filter.
Oh yeah.
But people do, and they're like, "Oh, you fucking suck! Look at this term," and it's like the N, and then like 18 spaces, the next letter, and then 18. You know what I mean? It's like, how am I supposed to fucking? Oh, I should just do that. I should 100. Yeah, it's like, get out of here, dude. But when we find them and when they get through, we add that to the thing, and we add it to the filter. It's like, dog, we do all we can.
That's kind of an impossible challenge. Like I wouldn't really blame guys. If it was a constant blatant of like this person's a rapist and they're not, then I would be like, hey, how come your entire feed is that? But I understand like there's gonna be psychopaths and unhinged people who are strangely creative, even though they can't spell, coming up with different insults.
And they'll interact with themselves in the comments as two people, right? So this one fucking idiot just like copy and paste and then put another response like it's a separate person altogether, like, and I'm fully aware, Wyatt, that we've got some fucking like deranged people that fucking listen to heavy music and like visit Lambgoat. You know what I mean? Like I'm not unaware.
Mm-hmm.
I meet a lot. I'm out in the street. I meet a lot of Lambgoaters, dude. So by all means, a lot of them are cool, but some of them are like, oh,
Yeah.
man, you're very interesting. You're an interesting guy.
There, you come across interesting people when you're on the internet and into different alternative scenes.
Oh yeah, we met a lot of interesting people. Like Furnace is a big thing for us because we set up a booth and everything like that there. But man, a lot of interesting people. And the most surprising thing about doing like in-person stuff, which we've been doing the last couple of years, is bringing like Lambgoat offline into the real world and like re-engaging with people because we've been around for so long that people forgot about us, and we're trying to engage with new audiences too. But like when we sell merch, like my girlfriend was always like, you need to make girl merch and fucking blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't think any women go to Lambgoat. I was like, I just can't see that happening. I because all of our demographic stuff on social is very like male leaning, right? Like our audience on YouTube is like 94% male, and
Yeah.
audience on Instagram and Twitter are all that. But dude, so many chicks came up and like bought shirts and hats the first time we set up a booth. I was like, damn, all right, I obviously don't know our audience demographic like as I thought I did, but it was good to know that like women do come to the website and engage with it and stuff like that, even though it is what it is. Lambgoat is what it is.
Yeah. People are surprised at the demographic too. Those unhinged comments can definitely be from women sometimes. It doesn't matter what type of person you are. It's
women can be unhinged. Yeah, we can agree that women and men can both be unhinged.
Yeah, humans are unhinged as fuck. Most of them are. I wanted to ask, because you mentioned that if there's a topic that's like a sexual allegation or something like that, you guys will be more careful of it. And I'm honestly asking because I didn't look. Did you guys approach it that way when Ronnie was talking about, was it Crossfaith, and a couple of others?
Again, we just post like what he said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's basically like, hey, Ronnie fucking said this. And usually like, Eddie Trunk isn't gonna fucking reply back, or whoever else he's going after, you know what I mean? Like they're not gonna really reply back, and they're gonna try to like just let that shit fall to the wayside and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, which one is it you said?
It was Crossfaith.
When did that happen?
June.
April, or did you say June?
Yeah. In a post made by Ronnie Radke, Ronnie's calling out Japanese metalcore band Crossfaith over allegations. Radke continues to post to show screenshots of a conversation. This post continues. He shares his anger and frustration not only with the band but also the promoters.
Yeah.
As of right now, neither Crossfaith, Grasspop.
Didn't they get it removed too from all that? Didn't Crossfaith like get removed or something?
They broke up after
following that, yeah.
Yeah. But looking at it, I can say it looks like this article is just posting what happened.
Yeah,
I don't see like a line or anything on this.
Right. Like, what are we gonna like? And again, like, it's good he's doing stuff like that. There are good things that he does. I'm not saying that he should constantly be calling people out and just causing a ruckus unless there's a reason to do so. So like, that's not a bad reason, right? Like that's a positive thing.
Yeah, even people who really fucking hate him are still like, all right, I'll give a little bit of props here, but I still hate him.
And again, like I can sit here and say that he does good things. Like even as someone who he's come after personally, he's fucking. I don't think I've ever had as much damage done to me personally from anyone in the music industry outside of him. Like he's that is the worst. But again, it's not bad. It's just people would think that I would have something against him or whatever, and this, that, or the other, and like. I am more tuned into what's going on with him now because obviously he shined a spotlight on me and all this other stuff. So I'm more looking at him under a microscope, or his band under a microscope. But it's not just him. I do other fucking bands that like to come at me sideways too. Like there are a lot of bands that like to come at Lambgoat in a certain way, and I'm like, Lambgoat and the comment section are completely separate fucking things. Like Lambgoat's comment section are people who visit Lambgoat. Just because we allow the discourse to go on doesn't necessarily mean that we believe that discourse or are a part of that discourse or share the same ideology as those discourses, right? We just allow it to happen. And again, if you know how the website works, it's almost damn near impossible to fucking clear it all off.
Yeah.
The filters are working over fucking time half the time. You know what I mean? So it's like someone's checking it and someone's fucking doing it. But again, it's all human. There's only like 2 of us here on a day-to-day basis, like me and Dylan. And Dylan's doing, juggling a lot of other stuff too. But it is what it is. Can't please everyone all at the same time. And, unfortunately.
What's usually the reasoning from the other bands that give it backlash? Just because shit talk in the comment section?
We talked about the Year of the Knife thing. Knock Loose was not big fans of us posting about that and leaving the comment section on. And Brian was very vocal about it with me. And again, like the timing on these things are just horrible. Like I'm at my grandmother's dying at this particular point because I'm older than a lot of people. So my grandmother's dying, and then like I'm getting DMs from like Brian while I'm at the hospice about this story, and I'm like, dude, one thing leads to another. We didn't moderate the comments. We moderated the comments. We didn't turn the comments off, and then at some point, like we're also sharing details of what happened. That's one thing, but we're also sharing like all the GoFundMe and like all the Meals on Wheels or whatever the fuck hospital meal, things that people can purchase and buy and shit like that. So like we're reporting the news and we're advertising the GoFundMe's for the band and everything like that, which ended up getting like almost $500,000 or something like that eventually. But like I had family members from people involved in the accident reach out to us and say that they were glad and thankful, that we were reporting on this and sharing this. Meanwhile, like, I got other fucking people DMing me bullshit all the time or whatever. And yeah, there in other instances, there's record labels and bands that don't want us to post about them because of the comment section or something like that. And again, I'm not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna post about your band regardless, because there's fans of your band that go to Lambgoat.
Yeah.
And we're just documenting everything that happens in the scene, good and bad. Because like, I can go back today to a post from like 1999, and it could be a significant news story from like, oh, fucking this band plays their first show. This band is Lamb of God. You know what I mean? And that's a cool fucking thing that we can share again later on, and call back to that, like how long we've been around. And when you do stuff like that, when we cover certain things, it's like I think about that all the time. Like, what should we cover? What should we not cover? And it's like, just cover most of it, because you don't know how significant or insignificant that little bit of news is for the scene 10, 20, 30 years from now,
Yeah, I definitely get that. What are we at here? I just want to make sure I got everything covered. You got band practice here in a little bit. We got a little bit more time though.
No, I'm good whenever you're ready.
Oh yeah. Well, let me think where to start again. Sorry, my brain is slow sometimes.
No, you're all good. It's like it's like 1 o'clock over there for you. I get it.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock for me, and I actually wake up at weird times, so it feels later.
I fall asleep every night 3 or 4 o'clock, and then I'm up at fucking 9:30 because like I got a lot of fucking news coverage bullshit, and then I can't sleep long because I'm missing stuff. So.
Oh, that's a good point actually. If you're trying to be breaking and probably focused on a lot of European time too.
Yeah, well, I mean, like like Thursdays are a bitch because all the songs come out fucking Friday morning at 12 o'clock. So, and the
like
good
Monday
thing is,
stores get announced, I think.
Yeah, well, the good thing is like Metal Injection, Metal Sucks, and all the other like corporately owned fucking outlets, they are only really work between like 9 to 5.
Yeah.
If once 5 o'clock hits, it's like whatever. They may have like a weekender person that they're paying like $12 to a day to post, but so for us, like me and Wook, it's like a race to see who can post new songs faster or whatever. And the only good thing that I have over Wook at the PRP is like I'm 3 hours before him, so like each morning I'm beating him on certain stories, and I feel bad because I know he wakes up and looks, and I'm like, there are days where we might get 15 news stories out before he wakes up, and I'm like, I feel bad. Wook's gonna have a fucking busy morning, just catching up or covering
Wake
us.
up stressed out and just trying to
Yeah,
grind
that's
everything.
how it is. That's how we do. But I love the PRP. I like that was a website I visited many times. I was a new metal kid growing up, but yeah, and I love Wook. I hate that he's not a part of our network, but I hope one day he does become a part of our network, because I would love to help him out in a bigger way. But I just really I'm really loyal to him and Lambgoat.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell by the hat and everything.
Yeah. I was like, do I wear my hoodie? I got a hoodie right here.
Oh, no, you can rep your own merch on the show. It's totally fine. My band is still very small, so I feel totally fine. I mean, not Misfits, but when I wear my own band
Oh,
shirt.
you're not in the Misfits? I thought the Misfits.
No,
were
I'm not the third secret guitarist in the background.
Not yet. You can always rock start. Some people rock start all the time.
That's true. I got to keep the grift strong. But I'm sure you are aware, strongly assume that Ronnie's going to see this or see chunks of it or parts of it, just because anytime something's posted with his name on it, he seems to be aware of it right away.
Oh, again, JD or or Dordina or whoever else, or one of his ronsters for sure will do that. But again, like, I don't think he wants a lot of that out there. I don't foresee him, like, because he's a big like anti-bully guy or anti this that. But again, you're like coercing these attacks on people online. Just kind of goes against some of the things that you stand for sometimes. That's all.
Yeah, I was just asking, like, is there anything you wanted to say directly to him or anyone?
Yeah. Also, Ronald, people in your band talk, buddy. Just so you know.
Oh.
Just so you know, buddy.
That is a great cliffhanger. I feel like you just need to roll the credits right now.
I mean, you can, but if we're going to end it here, just visit lambgoat.com. I mean, we've fucking been covering extreme and underground music since 1999, unbiasedly for the most part. And then you can find all the stuff. We cover new bands, we cover old bands, like everything and in between. We cover it all, bad and good. Just check it out.
Yeah, and I do want to give you credit for asking to come on here and being able to talk and everything too. Obviously,
yeah. I mean, I wanted to do it. I wanted to come on right after, but I was like, fuck that. It'll be used for something else, like, to promote a fucking tour or something like that. So I was like, let me wait till he's done doing whatever he's doing, and then I'll go out and start talking about it. But it's just because it's very strange. Like, and if I was, a target, dude, he's targeted fucking many other people, which that sucks for him because it's dangerous, right? But like, I don't know. I don't know. He lost the lawsuit with Fantano. It sounds like he's trying to get more lawsuits sometimes, and it's just like, why don't you just fucking chill, dude? Just chill. But again, like I said, after he doxed my shit, and like after his team found out he doxed my shit, he kind of stopped mentioning Lambgoat and me. So it went for like 3 weeks straight to nothing. So
yeah, and just I guess to give my own context, like, yeah, I see the things he posts and what's out there. I have no idea about any of this background information. I welcome him if he wants to come on here and tell his side of everything, he's welcome to. That's why I welcomed you on to say everything you wanted as well. It's just important for me to try to get to the truth of situations. So anytime someone is willing to come have a conversation about it, I'd always welcome that.
Well, I mean, I would hope you can gather off of our 90-minute conversation here. I'm pretty forthcoming with and transparent with information. So like, I mean, I can't reveal everything that is involved with that, because obviously they're like journalistic source type fucking fundamentality things. And so like, I don't want to throw anybody else under the bus. I've already been thrown under the bus, so I can continue taking those lumps for that. And it's not a big deal. I can take it. But yeah, I mean, like, Lambgoat is what it is. And I know a lot of people have a bad idea of what Lambgoat is or whatever, but like, a lot of people have bad ideas about a lot of people online based off of clips or things they've heard, and it's never been true. So like, just come check out Lambgoat and ruin your life. Find like these bands that you and 4 other people will like, but they become like your favorite band of all time. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we're all about.
and then go in the comment section and just throw insults at people.
You don't have
That's
to do that. You don't have to do that.
I say the people do that on my channel too. I wasn't saying that's uniquely you thing.
No, I mean, like, if anything, just go in there and like combat the negative comments with like good comments. You know what I mean? Like, let's have a discourse, and then maybe one day they might not be as bad. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything I had to cover. Is there any last things you wanted to cover here?
Other than that, like I said, you can find us at a lot of events in the next, we've been going to events the last year or so. We've been sponsoring tours a lot this last past year and a half. We did, I don't know, like 5 legs of the Emery tour for the Question. They are playing like a 25-year anniversary of the Question album. We've done like 5 legs of that tour with them. We did the Horse the Band reunion tour. We sponsored that with Mechanical Hand. That was fucking dope. And we just kicked off another tour, or we're just kicking off another tour with Shai Hulud and Denial of Life. That first leg kicks off, I think, today or tomorrow. And then they have a second leg in November that's East Coast, Northeast tour. So we plan to do that a lot more. We plan to get more involved with the festival scene as well, to kind of get people, since like Sonic Temple and Danny Wilmer Festivals, Rockville, they are really showcasing a lot of like stuff that we cover in the smaller stages and earlier in the day. So like, I think it's good for us to get out there and then like, engage with the band, with the fan base of like, Falling in Reverse or like, other bigger Sirius XM radio bands, stuff like that. They're like, hey, you like this kind of stuff, but there's also all this other stuff. Like you may like horrible sludge music, or you may like really sad doom funeral music, or
You might be a Slam fan, you don't even know
you
it.
may like Slam, you may like fucking grindcore or some fucking something other, some noise band. I don't know, but you don't know either until you fucking check it out. So we cover all of that.
Right on. Yeah, people check out Lambgoat's website, and you said the YouTube channel.
Oh, we got it all. Yeah, I mean, you can go to Lambgoat, and we have all the links there too. But we're on YouTube, Blue Sky, TikTok, fucking all the social medias.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Cool.
Thanks everybody for watching, and like I told you, I'm just gonna do like a short intro, put the outro, and then it'll be up and whenever YouTube is done uploading it.
Cool. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Wyatt, for your time as well. I'm glad that you were open to having the conversation. Yeah, and again, I probably should have like watched more of her Jordana's, but it was very difficult. It was a very difficult watch or listen at sometimes, and judging by the comments, sometimes I think some people share the same sentiment I do, but no hard feelings to her. I don't even know that person, so it is what it is. I just don't know you or know what level of engagement you even had with us or Metal Injection. So to each his own, but I hope she prospers and does her own thing.
Yeah, fair enough. And I'm sure the comments on this will be exciting. But yeah, take care, man. I will.
You as well. Thank you very much. And yeah, Ronald, if you want to chat, hit me out, dog. You got my number.
Yeah, and you're both welcome to come on this episode of Springer if you like to.
Yeah, if you want to do like a mediator type
we'll
thing.
have a Metal Pierce Morgan episode. Will be fun.
Yeah.
All right, take care, man.
Take it easy, Wyatt. Have a good one, man.
For more from me, check out my band Dark Insanity. You can find our debut EP, Rabid Psychosis, available now on all streaming platforms. We've got Wyatt's Metal and Dark Insanity merch available now in my shop. We've also got hoodies, hats, buttons, stickers. We even have Dark Insanity weed bags. Link is in the description of this video. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.